Alright, we'll call it in order. First thing is to review and approve October 29th, 2024 minutes.
Will we approve the minutes as read?
Second.
All in favor? Thing is to review and approve November 12th, 2024 warrant.
Will we approve the warrant?
Second.
All in favor? Yeah. Next thing is Sumner County Regional Assessing Abatement and Supplement. Yeah.
I move that we approve it. It's just correcting the ownership on the land.
Okay, yeah.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
No loss of tax, no gain in tax.
See, Joe received, the old man had to finally break down, buy a new truck.
I heard, they're not gonna do the crying all the time.
Brand new? Brand spanking new?
Yeah, it's 24, but you're losing it.
Yeah.
It's just a basic truck, a four-wheel drive, but it's
Did you buy a real truck or did you buy another Ford?
another Ford.
Another one, yeah.
Man, the payments on it, was $1,000 a month.
Just to lease it?
No, if you wanted to buy it,
If you wanted to buy it,
yeah, 500 at least. Wow. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't want those payments. Yeah, his old truck was too expensive to keep running.
It was more expensive than $500 a month.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dad, you gotta.
What year was his old truck?
2008.
You gotta remember what it's been through. I've seen the places he's put his tractor, I can only imagine what he's done with the truck.
Oh, yeah. You only gave him $500 for it.
You would have been better off selling it private sale for $1,600.
Bob must have bought it.
Well, this is what, the salesman said. So I said, no, I don't want it. You take it, I don't care what you give me for it. I don't want it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Jeez. I mean, the engine was still good. I mean, it needed a timing change. That was going on. Rear spring was going on. It just had.
There were two right side by side on
On
the
the
second
same page.
yeah, same page, you had signed twice.
Oh.
That's not right.
Yeah. Well, I told him, one house and window, that was $1,000 a month for mortgage payment on that. Yeah, planning board funding for the remainder of the year. Any money?
Well, it's the remainder of the year
Yeah.
goes to June 30th. Quickly running out of funds. That's, the last I looked at it was they had about $2,500 left. Probably eaten up some of that already. And there's a comprehensive plan. And when I look at it, there's a lot of work yet to be done there to finish that up. According to what Matt says, I don't know if he can do all that himself. Draft the final, you know.
I was under the impression he expected it done for him.
It would be done for you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
by Michaela.
Yeah. And then there's, some ordinance completions, still working on the, mass gathering one. What you plan to do for any other work between now and the end of the year. You know, we talked about maybe cleaning up the land use ordinance.
And we're, Mike wants us to deal with, shoreline zoning issues.
Yeah. Okay.
Is Mike gonna be here?
Not today. Not today.
Okay. I meant long term.
Oh, long term, yeah, as far as we know, yeah.
Just skipping ahead on the agenda.
Sorry.
And I know Michaela made some notes in hers about, a few other ordinances. I don't know. We could ask the state for the $5,000 that they said they would give us.
I couldn't sign that.
You couldn't sign it?
No, I wouldn't ask for that.
Why?
For the LD 2003 ordinance for it?
We did the work.
Oh, you think they'd reimburse if they wanted to their specifications? That's why they were coming back on Saco, because they didn't do it correctly, according to Michaela.
That's good, see what's going
Yeah.
on.
Well, if we can do it, you know. Anything you got to say, mostly.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to say.
Would be holding to them. Well, you
Well,
can't have
that's
it unless
just
you
it.
pass it.
We did the work, right, exactly. They were only giving us $5,000 on to do it, but I didn't read it that way. I read it as basically if you do it the way that they set it up, and they give you the $5,000, exactly the way they set
Well,
it.
actually, they would have given it to us in advance.
Well, that's why they were requesting it back from Saco. Because, yeah. Remember when Michaela told us that they were, some town was getting sued for not complying? Well, it turns out, after a couple days emailing her back and forth, a colleague told her that, I might be misspeaking, but I'm 90% sure it was Saco, took the money, didn't do it correctly, and the state wanted the money back.
That sounds good.
Okay, I'll see if I can dig it
Yeah.
up. I mean, I think we did what the state required us to do.
Yeah, no, if that's
They ought
the
to
case,
pay
I'll go along
regardless of
with
whether it gets passed at the town meeting or not, that's
it. Right.
a whole.
Yeah, it's an interesting approach.
Yeah,
Yeah. Interesting to see if that goes.
okay. And then we are looking at a, recorder, admin person for the planning board.
Yes,
Can you give me some kind of idea, how many hours a week they expected?
what I said to her, if I remember correctly, was probably about 5 hours a month was my best guess. Planning board meetings are an hour to 2 hours long, twice a month, and then maybe an hour's worth of work at home.
Okay.
It's just a wild guess on my part.
Yeah. Maybe a little higher, maybe.
Could be on,
Yeah.
could be on low on the hours.
Depends on how long it takes her to type out your report or something, you know.
And how many, you know, how many things we had come across.
Right, yeah, right. So it could be up to 10 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna have to do something about moving money around to, cover comprehensive plan completion, and ordinance update. I'll see if I can come up with a number.
I'd love to have Michaela come in this next Thursday, but I don't know if I wanna be that mean to her. I mean, you know, I don't mind having bricks thrown at me, but I don't like to hire somebody from away to be a target, you know.
Right. May never wanna come back again, huh?
Right.
Okay.
So in the past, Joe, because you've been in it for a while, and I know things have become more complex and this, that, and the other thing, but, has it always been standard procedure for somebody like SMPDC to write our ordinance for us and
No, it's the first time,
first time?
yeah.
No, not really. I was looking at, trying to find, I think, the building ordinance, and I ran across.
The original ordinance was done by other people, yeah, the original major framework, yeah.
Yep, and the update to the shoreline zoning ordinance was done by SMPDC, whatever, so I think they've helped a lot.
Yeah, they've done when we originally have introduced an ordinance, somebody else wrote it, the state, and maybe SMPDC,
Yeah.
revised it or whatever, but the revisions, most of the revisions have been written by the planning board themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, basically, we've been taking a state model ordinance and going through it.
Yeah.
That leads me to my next issue with it, you know what I mean, is it, do you feel like we need somebody like that to write every ordinance from here till the end of time, or is it, I mean, it just seems like the last 5 or 6 that they've been involved in, which is great if you need that, but if you don't, are we wasting our money?
Well, if you're looking at me to write them, then we need somebody else to do it.
Yeah, no, I understand, that's what I get that, yeah, I know it's complex and,
I mean, I just being honest, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Norm Blake did.
Yeah.
okay.
You know, every once in a while, David Strock will do it, and he can do it very competently, but, he can't afford to do it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it is more complex, that's why I won't do it, because there's too many things to trip over.
Yeah,
Especially if it's a state imposed thing,
Oh, God.
yeah,
you know, they come with minefield.
Is there a conservative organization that does this?
I've been looking for one, but it's hard to tell until you make a bunch of phone calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's gotta be, you know, 'cause, you know, they do their work, I'm not putting any shade on what they do for work, but I feel it's more of a, just a force compliance,
You're right, it is. I would be perfectly happy if we hadn't
you know.
modified anything in the last 10 years.
Yeah. I remember even Norma Kenny complaining about SMPDC, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're doing fine without any of this stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious, I'm looking into different avenues, just for, you know, conversation.
I don't dare write an ordinance because I don't know the laws.
Right.
I mean, I think it takes a lawyer nowadays to do it.
yeah. You gotta be careful too, because you're not getting sued, or
Yeah.
I mean, the way I look at it is, I mean, I read the vote count in Baldwin, certified vote count, and it's clear who we're representing, you know what I mean, so. What are we talking to the horse? Working one end of it, you know, so. Yeah, I just wondered, the procedure, if it's always been done like this, it just seems like the last couple of years maybe, really,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
and it came about because we weren't able to do it. We tried doing it the old-fashioned way, and it just wasn't working for us.
Well, I mean, you guys are working on slave labor, it's, you know, it's hard to,
In fact, it's more the
Right.
knowledge, the skill.
Right.
yeah. Okay, well, thank you.
All right, certification updated land use ordinance.
Did you see it, Joe?
Yes, I saw it.
Is it good?
Looks good to me.
That's all we needed to know. We can print it out and have them, certify it.
Okay, so is this a more recent version than what I would have, or which
It's
one?
one that came out in the email, I don't know, a week ago maybe,
Yeah,
that, it started with Michaela. It uses our original land use ordinance, but just slices in the marijuana amendment. Get it certified, get it posted on the town website, we get a copy today for it.
All right, next year's budget.
I don't know, I didn't really start thinking, but I was looking at, the municipal valuation report from the state, they have a database you can pull up with the big formula. Municipal valuation is important for us because it impacts, revenue sharing, and it also impacts our balance of school funding. And, you know, last year we, did pretty well, we got almost no
Yeah.
increase. But this year, this is for 2024 versus 23, our municipal valuation went up 21%, Porter's has gone up 8%, Hiram 13%, Cornish is 18%, and then Parsonsville is 21%. So we're gonna be on the high end again. And it'd be very nice if we get a, draft of the, audit for last year, the 2024 budget. I don't know where we stand in terms of fund balance. You know, quite often we dig into the fund balance
Yeah.
to help reduce the mill rate considerably.
Yeah.
Just something to keep in mind. We're probably not gonna skate at the next budget like we
Right.
did this time.
Yeah, the views are pretty high, and this kind of a fluke, wasn't it?
It was a fluke.
Yeah, we made up pretty
Because
good.
you're usually the highest.
You're right.
I don't know. Just something to think about. I'm gonna buy whatever.
I mean, the fact that you're on next year's budget, I was like, whoa, that's even faster than me. That's pretty good.
Well, we're already cutting yours in anticipation.
Hey. Can do schedule, I guess. Potholes will eat.
That takes us to the next one, status of draft audit report for 2024.
He seems to be the only gig in town, ain't he? Harry Smith.
Yeah.
Found a letter in the file where Danielle went looking for somebody, I don't know, a couple years ago, where she left. And the reply pretty much was, R.H. Smith has bought up most of the auditing individual firms and small firms. There's nobody left.
Yeah.
But R.H. Smith.
They used to be better though than getting us the audit report sooner. Seems like we got, like the beginning of the year, we got the report for that year.
No, you know, the year closes out, it used to be, so the year would close out on December 31st, and
Yeah.
then we would get a quick view of it anyway, within about a month, so we could work on the budget.
Yeah, so we have it ready for the next
Yeah,
town meeting,
yeah, and you might get a draft report for the town meeting.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. But everybody seems to be in the same boat.
So is that why you wanna move the town meeting up to September?
Well, if you moved it to September, that would give them a couple of months to give us some numbers.
Yeah.
You know, we're kinda shooting at in the dark, and
Yeah.
we really need to have a good, you know, it takes a couple of months to put everything together. It takes just a month to get the damn thing printed, doesn't it? Yeah. So you're 2 or 3 months ahead, and then, you know, kind of just going like this, you know. You're doing it, you haven't even finished your budget year,
Yeah.
so. I think we can do it, we've gotten by, but I'm nervous.
Yeah, yeah. Propane tank installation for generator, looking into that.
Did you get my email?
Yeah,
Right.
somebody gonna come out?
That's the plan. I've talked to 2 different folks, and I'm waiting for a call back from, Bill or Chris, but, they thought it would be Bill that would come out, but they need to do a site visit, kind of an evaluation, what they're looking at, and make recommendations in terms of trenching for both power, wiring, and, gas, and they do not dig trenches.
What kind of wiring do they need, you know?
It has to be 18 inches deep, the trench does.
Yeah.
But, so I don't know if it needs to be done by a certified electrician, or what the plan is there, but,
Well, the electrician would be, somebody else, I would think, to hook up the electricity for the generator. We're just looking for a gas line. Do they need power for the gas?
she told me, that they needed a trench for both wiring and gas,
Okay. All right, I guess we'll see when they come out.
just waiting to hear back from him.
Let me know when they come, I'll try to be here.
All right, Chris, you're up. You are, equipment.
What do you wanna know? Well, we all know the status of everything. There's several different options to go. Based off what we kind of discussed, from what I can gather is that I kind of went towards an excavator, versus a payloader. Payloader is more expensive to buy new anyways. And I'm not opposed to buying used, the 2 cheapest ones, if you will, or 3 cheapest ones. So I checked with Case, Takuchi, Cat, John Deere, and Hitachi. Volvo didn't get me a price. I did ask, but they didn't get me one yet. As far as leasing options, your options would be Cat, John Deere, and, Case. The Case and John Deere are significantly higher, by 5 to 10 grand higher than than Caterpillar and Takuchi. So if we wanted to go that way, the Caterpillar leasing option, there's two different, they had a 5-year and a 7-year lease. I wrote down the 5-year because that's what, the others gave me as options, so I compare apples to apples. But it's 29 grand a year for a lease for Cat for 5 years. And I can email it all to you if you want. I got all the stuff, I can send it all to you. The buy it outright price is what scares you. It's 29 grand, 129,900 for Cat. And then the Takuchi was $128,872, which were the two lowest. That being said, there's used options, and then, if you went and put rubber tracks on the Takuchi, it gets less, it goes down to like 118 or 119,000, I think. Like it's like $14,000 less versus the steel with the road liners, but that's, we work in the road. Tracks get worn out faster if you buy rubber versus steel with road liners. So there's those options. I have all the specs, I can send them to you. Just not sure on what to do.
Are you getting a trailer with these? So that
We have a trailer.
You have a trailer?
Yeah.
And it's,
Yeah, we have a trailer that's down
We
there.
talked about this last time when you weren't here.
It needs tires and wood. I mean, but the trailer itself is down there, the steel on it's solid, and, I mean, I don't know exactly until we get into it, but there's a trailer down there that could be.
29,000 a year to lease.
Yeah, and they do have a 7-year lease option, which I think is a little bit lower. I don't remember what it was, but, and you own it at the end.
And so these leases are year to year to year,
Yeah, it's basically what we do with the trucks.
and at the end of the time, if you wanna buy it outright, we
Yeah,
buy it.
the thing with the equipment leases is that the price, the buyout price isn't any different than what you pay at normal. So it'd be 5 payments at 29,000 across the board. There's no big buyout at the end like the trucks have, you know, that $60,000 or $75,000 payment at the end. And I can send you all the information as well, the specs, the finance sheets and everything. I'll send them to you guys via email, and so you guys can look at them all if you want to. And if we say, no, let's go find a used one for way less, we can try to do that. And if we wanna do something completely different, we can do that. And
What's the class you're looking for, like, you know, like excavators?
so the ones that I looked at were 18,000 pounds.
Okay.
Which is a little bigger than the one we rented 2 years ago. And the reason why I looked at that class is that it's kind of a happy medium between a mini and a bigger machine. You know, like, the most popular one's like a 312 Cat, which is everywhere and anywhere. The Takuchi 290 is like that happy medium. Instead of paying a, 16,000 pound machine, a 16-ton machine, you're more, you're down to like a 9-ton or something like that. It would be 9-ton. And it's basically the equivalent, when you look at the size-wise, it's got the same size bucket and as the backhoe, so still maneuverability, but you gain a ton more maneuverability and faster controls and everything like that, which is why I went with that size. Because you're not oversized, so you can still stay in one lane of the road without having to have the tail swing to go into the other lanes with a bigger machine. So like you go to like a 311 Cat or anything like that, you're getting more of a tail swing to do that. So you're taking up more of the road. And for our roads, that's why I went with a smaller, mid-size, if you will.
Are you responsible for, maintenance on a lease?
So yes, we'd be responsible for maintenance. However, they all offer, both Cat and Volvo and John Deere and Case, they all offer, I think, a maintenance plan with it if you would like to purchase it. I know Takuchi offers an extended maintenance service plan with theirs, even though theirs isn't a lease, theirs is a purchase. And and it's right around like 5 or 10 grand, I think, or something like that. So there is that option as well.
So, in the long run, you said that this will make things quicker for you. Say,
Way
we'll
quicker.
cut back on time.
Way quicker.
Yeah,
Way quicker. You can do so much faster work with it. So much.
yeah.
Have you ever dealt with, you know, I know the names, the Toothpick, Caterpillar, but have you ever like dealt with Scott's Recreation or anything? They have
I
literally-
haven't.
They have got a lot of used stuff. I just bought a tractor,
Yeah.
decking them down 20% off the price.
Right.
They're dying to get rid of used stuff.
Yeah, I haven't dealt with them.
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to look into it. I haven't done a whole lot of research on the brand that they sell up there, because they sell that.
Yeah, I don't like the brand new ones they sell now. It's
Yeah,
like
which is
a.
that, XCMG. or something.
TRC or something like that. I'm not a part of them, but I
Some
know they
Japanese, Chinese thing.
do deal with a lot of used.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with looking for used equipment. I mean, everyone sells used. I mean, Milton Cat sells their used rental fleet with, 1,000 hours on it or whatever, When you get into like, Chadwick Bay Ross, as far as used equipment, they can sell pretty much anything they want, because they've got, well, half of the East Coast. They deal with everything from Volvo to Takuchi to anything that isn't cat, basically, really. They sell across the East Coast, so, they've got different dealers that they can get used equipment from too.
And they must go through them too, make sure.
Most
Yeah.
companies do. I mean, some companies just take it and turn around and get rid of it too.
Yeah.
But, you can be like, hey, listen, we want it gone through, we wanna make sure it's nice, And you can buy something, with 500-600 hours on it, it's fairly broke in, they're out there.
Yeah,
It's a very plausible option for less money,
yeah,
You might save 30 grand or something, for something with 500 hours on it.
yeah.
I'm fine with looking at different options, I just kinda needed to know where you guys were with that and what size, or, if you're happy with that size, or if you wanted to smaller, bigger, or whatever. I'm open to options and listening, I wanna make it this uniformed decision.
As far as the size concerned, I let you choose that, because you're the one that's gonna be working with it, and, I have no idea. I'm not a excavator person, but,
The biggest thing is with the size is that if you go too much smaller, you have a hard time dumping into the dump trucks. Like that 240 that we rented was maxed out when you're dumping into the dump truck.
I've been into a bunch of minis, and it ain't really something that.
No, and that's why I went to like that 18,000 pound machine, which is, still considered
Digging in somebody's backyard.
mid-size or something like
Trying not
that.
to run over the bushes and stuff. So 108 to 130, 40 for a new one, depending on where you go.
Yeah, I mean, so the two cheapest ones were the Takuchi with rubber tracks was 118,000, I think, with the rubber. And then the next one was the, Hitachi actually, which came in at, 118,000, 19,000, something like that, or 19,000. So that was, and that one had rubber tracks as well. The rubber tracks make a big cost difference, so. Yeah.
You prefer steel tracks though, right?
Well, I mean, rubber tracks aren't bad. The downside to rubber tracks is you're gonna get, they say anywhere between 15 to 3,000 hours out of a set of rubber tracks. You're gonna get double out of that with road liners. The nice thing with the road liners is 90% of them you bolt on, you unbolt and put new ones on. Versus, and you're still running your steel track, so you're not having to redo your steel. Versus the rubber track, you take the whole thing off and you put the whole new one on. I don't know, they're equal at the end of the day. The rubber tracks are cheaper to buy and cheaper to replace, but you go through them twice as fast, and the steel with rubber road liners they last twice as long, but also twice as expensive, so it's really a wash, either way, I guess, however you look at it. They say that the road liners are a little bit better, but for what we're gonna do, it's probably it wouldn't make a
I
difference
find it
either way.
almost impossible to keep a rubber track on.
I own a Takuchi and I struggle with it all the time. I have a little tiny mini, I mean, it's a baby mini. I've got my big machine too, but that Takuchi with the rubber track, I use it all the time.
Yeah, they spin,
Every time.
yeah.
Not saying the new one's gonna be like that, mine was used and abused, and it's a '97, Alan Green,
So, you buy a used one, do they do, annual leasing as well, or?
I don't know, I can ask, my suspicion is probably not,
Yeah.
but I can ask, I'm more than willing to ask on the companies that are willing to do it. The hard part is it's, so like, who was it?
The issue is whether you have to come up with the money right away, you know, the whole
Right.
thing, whatever it is, if it's.
Right. I'll ask, I can ask for sure. I think Volvo was the one that was, Chadwick Bayros was the one that, for that size machine, leasing is borderline if they offer it or not, because of the size of it, not necessarily because of the municipality or anything, but because of the size of it. Hitachi and Takuchi didn't offer the leasing because it was a municipality, and they offered a major discount instead. So, a municipal discount, which, yeah, the Takuchi has a 2,000 hour warranty. Cat offers a 7-year, 2,500 hour warranty. John Deere offers the best warranty, but they're also 13 grand more. I mean, they offer an extra year and an extra 1,000 hour warranty, which is nice, but is it worth $13,000 to you?
Yeah. How many hours a year do you think you're gonna use it?
Not that many.
No.
I mean, I don't know what it figures out to be, but 2,000 hours a year is quite a bit.
A lot.
Yeah.
Seems like I spend almost a lot of time on my tractor, and I don't think
Well, that's just it, you know, all the
200
hay,
hours a year on the.
all the haying I do, I think I got 600 and something hours on my tractor, and
Yeah,
Isn't 2,000 hours at work year?
yeah, but I mean, when you.
Yeah,
yeah, all right. So you spend half the time, if you spent half the time in it, you got 1,000 hours.
Yeah.
But, you know, not gonna do.
Right. I mean, I hope
Well,
at least half the time.
well,
Right, well, and that's the other part of it, is that, you know, that's, if you did 2 hours a week, you know, 2 days a week in it, you're doing good.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to spend more time, in theory, but you're not running it the full 10 hours a day, or
Right.
full 40 hours a week, you know?
Yeah,
You get set up and tear down.
you have to do that, then forget it, I wouldn't want the job.
So, yeah. Think about it, I can send it to you.
In the meantime, you know, look at those used,
Yeah, that's fine.
I'd say, if we can't find something decent, then, yeah,
I'm fine with that.
yeah.
I think I sent you a spreadsheet a while ago, but,
Yeah, I think so, I don't remember.
when we first started talking about it, oh, see if I can dig it out again. We were talking about maybe delaying one of the,
Yeah, and I'm fine with that, if that's what we have to do, we push off the truck, that's, we have two of them, if it really comes down, push comes to shove, we still have one, I mean, if one of them really kaput,
Yeah.
we still have the one, but that's that. I have a few other things if you wanna go over it now, or I can wait.
I'll just use the number of 30K for here. For the draft.
Yeah, you can go, yeah.
I have a letter that I can email to you guys, or you can also have this one, to 212 Senator Black Road. And it basically says, please don't park on the side of the road when it's snowing. Very politely, but they park right on the shoulder all year round, but when it's snowing, it's a problem.
Yeah,
So it has that letter for you guys.
that's what I was saying, pocket ordinance, yeah.
Parking ban.
Give me a break.
Can we do a parking ban? That'd be great. So that's one thing, and then the equipment bid, we're putting the other equipment out to bid. Excel.
Yeah,
I have that, I can also send you guys, and you guys can all look at them,
okay.
all three, and I get the other one, in there too, for grading, but, I'll email all three of those to you guys can review them, if there's any changes or whatever, let me know.
Yeah.
And then, that was the other thing is, you know, if we can sell these three pieces of equipment, it might give us a little extra padding in the account, Bob. I know how you like your numbers. Okay, I think that's it.
Okay.
I don't remember what I was saying, but.
All right, next thing, CEO alternate. I was talking to Mike a couple weeks ago, and he just had some concerns about he's getting some pain in his leg again where his cancer first started. He says we gotta go have that checked out, and he's just concerned about if something did come up, that someone be able to take his place, and be willing to train somebody and have him shadow him for a while, but he's, you know, he's still gonna be with us, I mean, just in case.
He said that from the get-go when he
Right,
got in,
yeah.
so. And we haven't really
Addressed
done anything about it, but, you know,
I don't know how,
what do you do, advertise again? Like, can do it.
If I could say, he told me he was going to Boston Monday, and if he had cancer in his leg again, he was done.
no, yeah, yeah.
That'll be the second time it's happened that he feels
Mm.
Yeah.
Where would you find somebody that's willing to do the job or be trained?
Well, we've tried it.
I know.
Haven't come up with
Haven't
anything,
luck.
so, do you have any suggestions?
Not yet. If I hear anything, I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's a thankless job.
Yeah.
Time for you to retire, Dale. Go just sit in an office.
That lady over at Sevago drives me insane, by the way, I don't know, but that's another subject. I was thinking of Brandon again. That new lady they got?
You'll take
So
Brandon?
it's hard to, well, no, but, so it's hard, I don't know.
Yeah.
I rack my brain once in a great while to figure out what I was thinking on the way over, it's like, you know, you think of people that might be a good candidate, but then, you know damn well they're not willing to do it,
And
you know.
it requires hours and
Yeah,
knowledge,
yeah.
School and
Mhm.
training and,
licenses.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's what he was thinking of, is, you know, having somebody shadowing and a lot of transition.
You might have good luck with that versus finding someone straight to hire.
Yeah,
Does Maine Municipal have like a jobs board?
they do, yeah.
That might be a place to,
We've advertised on that.
This is a challenge statewide
yeah.
for LPIs and code enforcement, everybody's kind of up against it. But he is willing, and that's what he had expressed right from the get-go, was, you know, to try to get someone in that he could kind of cross-train
Yeah,
a
willing
little
to help
bit
us out with it, for sure.
while they were
Yeah.
getting their licensing and all
That's
of that.
commendable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's gonna be tough.
But, if we want to advertise, then, I mean, we can, you know, put it on the MMA website like we've, you know, done before with other postings.
Yeah.
Things as well as the shopping guide and, but,
Does our town website have a opportunities tab? Like, job opportunities, job openings tab, or we just put it on the homepage?
for,
Like, just as
for our website,
Yeah, yeah, like our website itself, not, I'm just curious. Not that anyone goes to our website to search for a job, but.
Right.
it may have something along the lines, I think the job application, the general application is on there,
Yeah,
but, it's not like the newer,
yeah, that's fine.
Just here to.
That's an idea, you know, plenty of job postings to go to a certain page on the website. Job opportunities.
Yeah, I think we should advertise as soon as possible.
Yeah. Right. And we got reminders. Planning board meeting this Thursday night, and a public hearing on the fall. Next Monday, the town office is closed. Is that for training or something?
It's kind of administrative catch-up stuff,
Okay.
the Mondays for the rest of the month.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 25th is closed, too.
Yeah.
Can we get, town meeting next Monday? Chris, you got anything else? Joe?
Yeah, you all, know about the mass gathering ordinance that we're having a public hearing on. And, you also, somebody, Robin sent out an email that was sent to her, about people being opposed to it, shall we say. And, so I'd like to know if we have your support for the ordinance. You asked for it, this is what's come up, and I'd like to feel supported, because quite possibly, there's an indication this is going to be one of those nights that's not fun. And I don't want to go through that and find out, you guys didn't like what we were doing.
You're standing alone.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's, you know, if you're there, that would be nice too.
Yeah.
But I'm not, you know, begging for that, I'm just saying, you know, it would be nice, it
Yeah.
would be pleasant. I'm not worried about it, but I'm always, more than usual, I should say.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always nervous about going in front of the people who really make the decision, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so that's it.
Yep.
That's all I have to say.
Looked good to me.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I mean, I got some comments, but the overall gist of it, good.
Yeah, thank you.
I think we've done a good job with it. I'll be there.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Go like that if you want me to.
You know, if you need to come between me and.
Okay.
You know.
Kathy?
Got a senior lunch coming up on the 20th,
Yep.
so if anybody's gonna sign up, which some of us are, we can do that. There's plans for, historical and for tree lighting and so forth in December. We'll have to set up some volunteers to decorate the library, so putting out a little email or something about that. So things are going fairly well, so,
Good.
yeah. Thanks.
I can donate a tree again this year,
Oh, you could? Oh, wow.
one of the neighbors.
Oh. Do they know that?
Not yet.
Out there in the dark of the night?
Your neighbor donated the tree.
To donate neighbors to.
Oh, nice of you.
Mary, anything?
Well, the only thing I have is, staff asked me to tell you that the, concert that they were planning to hold, I think it was December 3rd, they postponed it to what, December 17th? And it's in, Limerick. So everyone-
It's in Cedar Falls.
Oh, Keys, well, that's right too.
Seventh-day Adventist
Yeah, that's
Church.
right, that's right,
Oh,
yep.
okay.
They used to
Great
do it,
facility.
did they used to do it over at the Catholic Church in Limerick? I don't think I
I'm
remember
not
that.
sure.
Years
Maybe.
ago, yeah. Yeah, so anyways, that's the only thing I have, other than that, I don't have anything, thank you.
Thank you. Mary Ellen, you got anything? No. Bruce?
Not tonight.
Yes.
You had wanted to talk about
The exemption thing? Yeah, so we have a resident who, lives down here in East Baldwin, and she's been receiving, I think I talked to you about her before, Jimmy. She was receiving the veteran's widow
Yeah,
exemption,
yeah.
and because Cumberland County couldn't find her application, they took it away from her and told her that she needed to refill out another application.
I see the email.
I don't think that's right. She's had it for the last 5-10 years, and just because they lose the application, they should take it away from her.
She filled it out, but they lost.
She didn't fill it out because she said she already filled one out.
Is that something that has to be filled out annually, though?
No,
No?
no. So, I mean, she's had it, and I don't know what the situation was. I don't know why they were looking for her, but because they couldn't find it, they took it away from her and told her that in order for her to get it back, she would have to fill out another application.
Did her husband just die recently?
No, he's been gone for 7 years.
Wow.
So she's been getting it. So they took her away from her this year. So she wants an abatement or something because it's,
It's one right at the end of Pigeon Book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't right at all.
I didn't think so.
Yeah. If she didn't fill it out on her own neglect, that we definitely would have put no.
Yeah, it's like you fill out a homestead application 10 years ago, and just because they lose it, they can't find it, they come and take it away from you. That's not fair.
And this is Cumberland County,
Mm-hmm.
so what would be your suggestion? Reach out to them and,
I feel that they should give her an abatement this year, and then just let her, have her just refill out another application.
Well, there's one that they can do.
I mean, she's over 60 or 70 years old.
yeah, no, I know she is.
I
Yeah.
know when. That one went down. Maybe find out from her what needs to happen to get an abatement process.
Should be.
I
Thank
thought
you.
it was something you had to apply for every year.
Oh, no, it's like your homestead. Once you apply for that, it stays there until you move or pass it on or whatever, but, yeah.
Do you know how she discovered it was gone? She just got a land bill.
I don't know how Cumberland County discovered it. They just sent her an email or sent her something before April 1st and said that she needed to fill it out. Well, she got it, but she didn't think she needed to fill it out because she already filled it out. Yeah.
Some kind of new fancy updated paperwork they had to have, and
I don't know, we had all of them here, and then Ben came and took everything we had. He took all of our homestead exemptions, all the veterans exemptions. I have nothing anymore.
why did he take them?
I don't know. They all got them down at their office now.
Wouldn't that be public information for public forums for us too?
One would say.
I go to Robin and I ask her, and she pulls it up on her computer for me. That,
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Well, thanks for the information.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
All right. Chad, you got anything? Robin?
yes, there's, Jennifer Lewis, select person and EMA agent from Parsonsfield reached out. Deb Flint had mentioned that she might, the last meeting. She's requesting a representative, EMA person, EMA rep, or somebody on the fire department. She said that it would be preferable to have, if the EMA person couldn't, then someone on the fire department from Baldwin, be involved with the community process for, the whole emergency management stuff that they're trying to put together for shelters. There's a meeting tomorrow at 5:30 at the Cornish Fire Department. So she's looking for like input on, the shelter and generator. The other thing she mentioned is generator for the middle school. They're trying to do something about that, getting a larger generator to have that as a a shelter for the district. Since I think she said it was the April storm that they started to put their heads together and. So she had sent, an email out to Steve Sanders and hadn't heard back. So this email that she sent me was that she called first and then followed up with an email. I did send it to Steve and Chris and you all. So.
Well, I can't be there tomorrow, but, if you forward an email, I'll, send her something.
Is this something new that Jen's starting up, or is it something that they've been doing, something new?
She had, I think it was right after that April storm. They had a lot of people that, you know, like every place was without power, and so they're working with, pulling all of the communities together to have kind of a joint effort. And, working with the Grateful Undead too, and, you know, I don't know if there's other organizations involved, but just to pull resources to, you know, pool everything together and to kind of help each other. And one of the things that she did mention was the generator for the middle school, so I think the middle school could be a shelter in case, you know, it was needed for widespread problems.
Almost lots of schools were in it, no.
So, I think some of it stems from when they were housing all the power guys down at the middle school or high school, and then they started school on Monday morning, and they said, by the way, you guys gotta get out.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I think that's where some of it stems,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they're like, this
definitely.
isn't right, like,
Yeah.
you know, all these people are here to, you know, help us, and I think that's where some of it's stemming from, because that came up in one of the officers, Saukabee Valley officers meetings 2 or 3 months ago, I think it started at there, we got wind of it.
And Chief Stacy wanted to make like little packets too for the storm packs.
Yeah.
So she said interested community members, is this something that we would post on the board and on our page for anybody that might be interested to help?
Well, she was looking for a representative from Baldwin, and her.
Dedicated representative.
Yeah, and, but you're welcome to, you know, to chat with her as well. She had initially reached out to, Steve Sanders, fire chief, and then, she called the town office initially and asked, you know, who our EMA person was, and, for Steve, but doesn't necessarily have to be him. She just thought it would be preferable that it be somebody that was with emergency services, whether it be fire or rescue, to be involved from that respect. But, I mean, I imagine any help that we could give them, but she had specifically asked for like a designated person at first.
Trying to get a team together.
Yeah. Yep. And it sounds like they may have already been, you know, meeting, but they're looking to pull all, like Deb Flint had said, you know, the communities together in conjunction with organizations like the Grateful Undead, to kind of come together, and warming shelters and, you know, the emergency packs, but, you know, things like that. But definitely the one thing that she did mention was the generator for the middle school, input on all of that, you know, because it's kind of a district thing, so, I mean, I suppose as the middle school, then, you know, it wouldn't be necessarily specific to Hiram, you know, if it's located in Hiram. Like, if you're in need, you might be able to pull from the entire school district, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, just to ask for somebody that's, you know, EMA, I keep looking at Chris, and he's looking at his phone.
I'm working.
Yeah, I know, but that's what
I got work tomorrow night.
We're really limited, you know, I feel for the cause, but I don't think of anybody in the department helpful with it, as well as maybe more community support with, you know, I know the EMAs and them would add more knowledge to what she's trying to do, but.
Steve is our EMA director, but he's, as we know, he's spread pretty thin.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
Send me your email address now.
I did, but it might have been, it was this evening, because we chatted, it was very late afternoon, early evening, I think. I forwarded it along. But I think she included her, like, private cell phone in the email. I think I had gave you a copy of it.
Yeah,
Yep.
let her know what kind of owner is doing. You know, that's, kind of why we're putting the generator in, is one is so we don't freeze the place up again.
Yeah, and I told her about that.
And the other is, if, you know, if it's open and running, people can come in and
Yeah.
warm up.
I told her we were getting close. But the next step would be, is after it's all hooked up, will it run?
It'll run.
Positive thinking.
Did you put antifreeze in the thing?
It might still be empty.
It might not have any.
If it has, it's empty if it doesn't have any in it. I'll go check tomorrow. I forgot all about it. I'll come look.
So, well, I think you have that email there in your packet. Yep.
I'd attend the meeting, but I'm busy tomorrow.
All right, Bob, you got anything?